Good evening, everybody. It's just after 7 on a Monday night, and it's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio show here on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We are also live across the internet on ws.htr923fm.com/listen and on TuneIn. You can contact the show radio at widnesworld.co.uk and via Facebook and Twitter.com/ttgw radio. You can contact us by telephone 01928 835 291 and by text 07716 672 874. Start your messages with TTGW. All messages charged at your standard network rate. I hope you're ready. It's time to go wild. Evening, Doug.
Good evening.
Oh, here we go again. Another weekend, another week.
Another slicker improvisation there.
I can do things without moving my lips these days.
Oh, good that.
But this one, I definitely can't. Time for the roundup of the classified results across the Elite Ice Hockey League and NIHL Division 1 North 1 and 2 for the last week. Starting on Wednesday in the Elite League Challenge Cup, Braehead Clan 3, Nottingham Panthers 5. In the Elite Ice Hockey League on Wednesday, Edinburgh Capitals 1, Sheffield Steelers 5. Moving on to Friday, Belfast Giants 5, Guildford Flames 4. Fife Flyers 3, Milton Keynes Lightning 2. On to Saturday, Coventry Blaze 2, Dundee Stars 3 after overtime, Manchester Storm 3, Fife Flyers 2, Sheffield Steelers 4, Cardiff Devils 0, Nottingham Panthers 5, Edinburgh Capitals 2, Braehead Clan 4, Milton Keynes Lightning 3. And for Sunday, Sheffield Steelers 3, Belfast Giants 4, Cardiff Devils 6, Nottingham Panthers 2, Guildford Flames 6, Manchester Storm 4, Edinburgh Capitals 2, Milton Keynes Lightning 5, Dundee Stars 1, Coventry Blaze 2 after overtime, Fife Flyers 5, and the Braehead Clan 2. Moving to NIHL Division 1 North Morley for Saturday, Solway Sharks 7, Blackburn Hawks D1 6. From Sunday, Blackburn Hawks D1 2, Telford Tigers D1 8, Nottingham Lions 2, Whitley Warriors 5, Solihull Barons 15, Dragons D1 3, Billingham Stars 3, Sheffield Steel Dogs 4. Moving on to the NIHL Division 2 North Laidler for Saturday, Bradford Bulldogs 0, Sutton Sting 5, Telford Tigers D2 6, Altrincham Aces 9, Sheffield Senators 6, Coventry Blaze NIHL 4, and finally for Sunday, Sutton Sting 5, Hull Jets 3, Altrincham Aces 15, Blackburn Hawks D2 1, Dragons D2 2, Bradford Bulldogs 5, and final, Widnes Wild 3, Sheffield Senators 4. And that's the roundup of the classified results for the last week across the Elite Ice Hockey League and the NIHL Division 1's North 1 and 2. After the game, I managed to catch up with a couple of the Sheffield players. And I bet I've got a stutter. Don't know what's going on there, Doug. We'll try this again.
Try it.
That's better. We have some stuttering going on. That's better. Here we go. What's and all. Time to go wild radio on Halton Community Radio 92.3. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't know what happened there. Must have knocked the CD player. Anyway, first one. Here's George Crawshaw.
Time to go wild radio. And I'm interviewing the Sheffield Senators man of the match, George Crawshaw. You alright, George?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
How do you think the game tonight went?
I think it went pretty well. It was a really tough game against two really good teams. Just really enjoyed it, fast pace, everyone getting stuck in, good shots, good goals. It's a great game all round.
And how'd you like coming back to Widnes?
Good, everyone's always welcome me in. It's great to see everyone.
Yeah, I think you're one of the players that we didn't want to really lose.
I don't know about that.
No, you're a fan's favourite, and it's noticeable when you come on, everyone goes, Crawshaw.
Yeah, I hear that from a few fans, yeah. I still enjoy hearing that. Seeing people wearing my shirt and stuff, so...
Oh, yeah. So where do you think the season's going to go this year?
I think it could go well. I think it's between 3 teams this season. It's going to be between Widnes, Halton and us. I think that's how it's going to go.
Yeah, and are you sure the Sting aren't going to have a sting in the tail?
Might have. I don't know. They are a good side, but I think when we're on his game, I think we can do it. I think we can do it.
Yeah, I'll not let your dad put you off.
Hey, Dad.
Right, well, thanks so much for talking to us, George. Cheers, mate.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. See you later.
Bye. Time to go Wild Radio.
Time to go Wild Radio. We're catching up with Tom Humphreys after the Widnes Wild unfortunate loss to the Sheffield Senators. Tom, your impressions of that game?
It's nice to come here and pick up 2 points. I think we dominated the game tonight, which against a good Widnes team, it's nice feeling to finally come here and take 2 points and take the first 2 off the Widnes this year.
So, it's a bit of a revenge for the last couple of games you've had against Widnes. I bet the dressing room's really going to be up for the next couple of games.
Yeah, definitely. We've dropped a few points that we shouldn't have this season. The last couple of weeks have been a bit hit and miss. The performances have been there, a few bounces not going our way. But tonight I think we showed definitely how good a team we are.
Well, it's going to really be a top 4 finish for the Senators at least, I can see from the performance tonight. I mean, the second and third periods, it was really showing how much that team's improved this season.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a few new guys and a few of the juniors that are stepping up. And with new coach helping out, Sven as well, giving us a few different pointers. We're playing a different game this year, and it's really showing us speed and determination.
Well, we're going to wish you well for the rest of the season, apart from, of course, against the Wild. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Can't catch us in the car?
Download the TuneIn app
Or log on at hcr923fm.com.
So, very interesting take on the game from 2 of our opposing players. And to be honest, I can't really say that they were wrong in saying that they deserved the win. I mean, to be honest, that second period, I'm being honest here from my own point of view, the second period says a lot. The shots on goal, 30 on the Widnes set for Phil Crosby, and only 7 on Mark Hartley in the...
well, looking at the way they played the game last night was different to the way they played at Sheffield. Sheffield, they came out with all guns blazing the first period, and last night they came out quite sedately on the first period and kind of ramped it up. I think that was where we didn't expect him to ramp it up, because they'd had quite a difficult game the night before, hadn't they?
Yeah. I mean, the results there from the previous night. Where are we? Yeah, 6-4 against Coventry. And they're proving to be quite a tricky team with Coventry. I mean, though their position in the table, I mean, actually I've got the tables up here. I mean, at the moment, Altrincham are at the top of the table at 19 points after 10 games.
Yes.
Wild have dropped down to 3rd, but I've got 2 games in hand and on 14 points, with the Senators moving up to 2nd after 11 games with 15 points.
It's all to play for, isn't it? I mean, it's, when you look at what people have played.
Oh yes.
Some people have played the lower teams twice. The Wild haven't played. I think the Wild have played Blackburn Hawks. That's about it.
Yeah.
We've not played...
Of the bottom 3, I think it is right. We've only played Blackburn Hawks. We haven't played Hull, and we haven't played the Dragons.
No, because the Dragons game that we were going to play was moved, wasn't it? So
yeah.
I'm not saying there's any easy points in this league.
No.
But there are easier games.
There are. Well, we'd like to hear from you out there. Don't forget, you can contact us via text 07716 672 874. They are charged at your standard message rate. Start your text with TTGW and we'll get your comments on air. Please let us know what you think. I mean, last night in particular, it was a bit of an up and down game while we're going ahead. Then Sheffield come back and then, unfortunately, fortunately I should say, Wild managed to sort of bring it level, only for Sheffield to take the points. But every dog has its day.
It does. It was, from a fan's point of view, it was fairly clean.
Yes.
Not too many nasty penalties.
No.
And there was lots of goals, which is good.
Yeah.
I know we must mention Mikey Gilbert because he's been put on the injury list. We'll use the NHL parlance. He's got a lower body injury.
Yeah. Sadly to hear Mikey's going to be off on the injury list for a little while, but we wish him well. Hope he's back with us soon.
Well, having said that, I spoke to him today, and he said he's still quicker than some of the players that he knows injured.
Well, I mean, we've got some interesting games coming up as the weeks go on. I mean, the Elite League itself had some very unusual results. I mean, you've got, Sheffield Belfast. That's a pretty even game, but I mean, then there's Cardiff Nottingham. Can be. I mean, Cardiff are always a tricky team when they play.
Yes.
I mean, I actually quite like watching Cardiff Devils. They've an old favourite of mine from their team was Brad Voth, and anyone who's over in East Hull and over in Hull listening, we know how much we loved Brad Voth over in Hull. I mean, we always blamed him for everything, but he was, there's always players who became villains you love to hate, and he was one of them. And of course, other teams have got other people like that, and it adds to the atmosphere, doesn't it?
It does, yes. Sometimes people just do go bit over the top, which is a nice lead in for you to the penalties that will come out this week.
Oh yes, well, actually, we shall, if I find the right jingle, that one. Let's have a little bit of this. I couldn't resist. The good, the bad and the ugly.
Yes. One of them's certainly very ugly.
Well, the penalties, to be honest, for the NIHL North 1 and 2 on terms of majors of recent are actually quite low on the ground. I mean, the main one is Ben Wilson from Nottingham Lions, who received a match penalty for obscene gestures late in the game against the Sheffield Steel Dogs the other Sunday. So he gets himself suspended for a game with 5 penalty points on his record. The others are all from the South Leagues.
All right.
So yeah, it's in comparison, the North League is very well disciplined at the moment.
We're choir boys at the moment, aren't we?
It now brings us nicely on to there we go. Fade that down a little more. Our bit on You Make the Call, and it's nice to I've noticed that the NIHL have picked up what we've been discussing. So I think it's a brilliant talking point, and I've got an extra one to bring in from an NHL game in a mo. So last week's questions were: can a linesman stop play for a high sticking of the puck in the defensive zone?
And the answer is yes. We're going to quote chapter and verse.
Yes. Well, just quote the section 5 bit.
Section 5 of the IIHF official manual, page 30, states: in all instances, the linesman should give the referee the opportunity to make the call first. However, there are situations where, for some reason, the referee didn't observe the infraction. The linesman should then make the call.
So there you go. Right, next one. Question 2 of last week. If a player lowers his body position to deliver a check to an opponent's knee area, should a penalty be called? And if so, what is the penalty?
And the answer is yes. Penalty should be called for clipping, which is, I believe, what you said.
Yeah, one of the ones I was suspecting it would be, yeah.
So Rule 125I states: a player who delivers a check in a clipping manner or lowers his own body to deliver a check to an opponent's knee area will be assessed at least a minor penalty.
And the final one from last week was, during play, player A9 breaks his stick. He immediately discards the broken section, so he probably hasn't got a stick. Player A10 is a teammate of A9, and he slides his stick along the ice to A9, who then picks it up. Firstly, is this permitted? And if not, which player should get a penalty? Now, this is the difference, I think, between handing the player the stick and sliding.
Yes.
And the rule
I think sliding is because it's dangerous.
Potentially, yeah.
It's not permitted, and a minor penalty will be assessed on the player sliding the stick, which is A10. A player whose stick is broken is forbidden to receive a stick thrown onto the ice from either the bench or from a spectator, but he may receive a stick if it's handed to him. This exchange, however, must be made handed to him, obviously. A teammate who throws, tosses, slides or shoots a stick to him will be assessed a minor penalty. So you make the call. Now you're going to do your one from this week's NIHL in America.
The NHL, the National Hockey League one. Now this is an interesting one. It was in a game between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Arizona Coyotes in Arizona, and a penalty shot was given. I want to know what people think of this. Player goes forward in control of the puck and goes to take a shot. The goaltender goes forward with his stick, and from the goaltender's perspective, the goaltender has touched the puck with his stick, but not enough to effectively force the puck to move backwards. It still moves forwards, even though it's touched the stick of the goaltender. The player has managed to keep control, deke, and shoot. Is it a goal? And this was one I actually put to our officials last night after the game as a talking point. And it went to review in Toronto, and the commentators were giving two points of view on this. Initially, they said it's potentially being reviewed because the goaltender is saying the puck has been dragged backwards by the player. But then they went, oh no, it's not seeming to be that's being questioned. They're saying now that the goaltender touched the puck with his stick, even though the puck continued forwards. Goal or no goal?
Well, I know the answer, so...
You know, what? Without knowing the answer from our chat last night, what would you say the answer should be?
I think the point is that the player has then retouched the puck after it's clipped the goaltender's stick. And that's where it all hinges.
Yep.
Now, initially you think it'd be a goal.
I am, yeah.
Now, in certain circumstances, it would be a goal.
Yep. But it's a penalty shot.
It's a penalty shot, so...
No goal. There you go.
However, if the goaltender's stick had hit it and it followed through and went in, it would have been a goal. Because the only reason it was disallowed was because the person taking the penalty shot had actually touched it with his stick after the goalminder.
Yep. So there you go. The player taking the penalty shot, his control had been interrupted by the goaltender's stick. So there you go. And it's a tricky one because only looking at the replay you would really know that one. So they've got to be really sharp on that of the officials. Not an easy job. Now here's this week's You Make the Call. So, question 1. On an offside call, what determines the side of the ice resulting face-off will take place? So, on an offside call, what determines the side of the ice the resulting face-off will take place? The answers are A, the side the player went offside, or B, the side the puck was on when it entered the zone.
Interesting.
Question 2. Team A is short-handed and the penalty on the clock is about to expire. As this happens, Team A shoot the puck down the ice. What is the determining factor for icing? A, the puck being fired before the penalty expires, or B, the puck crossing the goal line before the penalty has expired? That's a tricky one, because I'm never sure on that one myself.
I would have thought it was when the puck's been struck. Everything stems from that, doesn't it?
I'm having a feeling it's actually the puck crossing the line. I'm going to go with answer B on that one. I think it's the puck crossing the line before the penalty clock has run down.
Yeah.
Question 3. Following a warning to Team A for a line change after an icing call, Team A commit a second infraction of trying to make a player change after an icing call. What call is made by a referee? And I'm sure we've had that happen in the Widnes rink this year.
He sends them back, and it's a bench penalty, isn't it?
I have a funny feeling it is some kind of a bench penalty. It's not a face-off violation, but I'm sure we've had it on a game sheet this year.
Because if the referee has warned them and they then go against it, it's got to be kind of a bench penalty.
But I'm pretty sure it's a bench minor. But what is that minor? So you can check all of these out on eiha.co.uk, and the links are to the Team Stripies pages. Look them up. They're really, really good. I like them. It makes you think. So if you've got any comments and you want to send them in to us, you can always get the quickest ways via text 07716 672 874. Give us a shout. Let us know who you are, and start your text with TTGW, and we'll readdress these maybe a little later on if we get some messages in. So we'd love to hear from you.
We would, and it's very nice that our show has been picked up by the IHA.
Yes. So, you know what? I think it's about time for a little bit of music.
Oh, yes.
And I'm hoping I've got this one queued up properly and we don't have it stuttering like we did on the others. How about a little bit of Free? And All Right Now.
Yeah.
Contact the studio on 01928 835 291.
One time to go Wild Radio. It is time to sit back and relax and enjoy Mike Mar's Monday Mantra.
And Mike has got these kind words for us. Last night was our first defeat of the season. Losing is never a nice feeling, but last night we didn't turn up and perform to our best. Sheffield are a hungry team, and they are always going to be a tough test for us. Now we have to train hard this week, show our character, and get back to winning ways for the double-header weekend versus Coventry and Telford.
Join us again next week for more wise words on Mike Mar's Monday Mantra. Of course, this is the Time to Go Wild radio show on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. And of course, you can contact us 01928835291 and 07716672874 with text messages starting with TTGW. We want to hear from you this evening, your comments and thoughts on the weekend. Well, in terms of things from this weekend, our visitors were very nice to us, weren't they?
They certainly were. The Senators gave us some really nice tweets that we responded to. They thanked us for our warm welcome, and that we played the game in a fair manner, and we are enthusiastic, which is what the Widnes Wild are.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I was our ref, Simon. Oh, not Simon Clark. It was Rick Adams, our ref. He was actually his first time up in Widnes. He seemed really impressed with the setup we've got. So
I got down in the referee's room, and they get looked after, and I think they got us to draw the 50-50.
I think they did, the Stripies, yeah.
Which was actually I quite like them doing that, because it just shows that it's totally
it's
impartial.
Very impartial.
Yes. Even though my very own Dave Barry won last night.
That proves that it is impartial. It is neutral, because
it's totally neutral.
But yeah, no, the 50-50s were doing really well. So if you like a little flutter, put your pound in the kitty, and you never know what you can win. It's been doing really well the last few weeks. The 50-50.
It's been averaging £90 to £95. So
yes.
It's not to be sneezed at for a Sunday night.
Not bad for a pound in for some people. No. Some people might put a couple of quid in, but hey, you got, as they say for the lottery, you got to be in it to win it, and that's the whole point. And the same with the Chucker Ducks. We got to get those kids out there. Get your ducks.
The Chucker Ducks now are winning. I think they're winning a puck.
It's a puck and a pin badge was this week's.
Yes. Which is.
The pin badges are nice, actually.
I think the pucks are going to be collectible as well.
Yeah, and kids can get them signed by players, and that's all one thing about pucks and everything like that. We always get them signed, and little bits of memorabilia from the game. It's all about getting everybody involved.
And we keep getting asked about on merchandise about, are we going to have scarves? And we have got some really nice multicoloured scarves this year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't got one yet, come and buy one.
Yes, we'll talk about that. Well, actually, yes, merch. On the subject of merch, we got asked, actually, the weekend, are the warm-up shirts having replicas available? And I checked with Matt, and Matt said, yes, they can order replica warm-up shirts if people want. So any of the 3 shirts, home, road, or warm-up, if you would like a replica, contact the club, contact the shop at the rink, and it can be sorted for you. So, actually, probably better do... Ooh, which faded door one? That one. Let's do this. Okay, a little bit of what's on guide for things happening in and around the leagues, and of course Widnes for ice hockey. And actually, we've got our usual bits on the website, widnesworld.co.uk. Don't forget to check that out for your community section with all your Puckers Pals information, your highlights, podcasts of this show, season tickets, and your sponsors zones. Quickly on the sponsors zones, there's quite a few options you can have. If anyone's interested, for sort of more commercial outlets, we do have rink boards, socks, team tape. There's extra places on the website. You've also got puck sponsorships, and even the ice machine can be sponsored this year.
You can also sponsor matches as well.
Yes, there are match night packages available. Check out widnesworld.co.uk and look up on / sponsorship if you want to go straight there. And of course, we've got our own and loan shirts, of which there's only 4 if we're lucky.
Oh, there's 4 left.
There's 4.
So you're going to have to be quick with these. The normal game shirts are £75 and the warm-up shirts are £60. So what we have left is Dan Bracegirdle's away and warm-up, Nick Manning's warm-up, and Tom Jackson's away.
So not many left. Get them while you can get them. In the meantime, we've got some fixtures coming up.
We certainly have. Right, we've got a double header this weekend. We're away to the Coventry Blaze on Saturday the 28th with a 7:30pm face-off. If you want to get a coach, travel to Coventry. It departs at 3:15 from the Silver Blaze Widnes. The Supporters Club members are £4. Non-Supporters Club Wild One members are £7. Any child with a paying adult will travel for just £1. What happens when a child goes on their own? Well, we won't go into that. On Sunday, we are taking on the Telford Tigers, which is the 2nd time this year, at home. And next week, on the 5th of November, we are away to the Altrincham Aces, which is another 4-point game. And that's a 5pm pace-off. And on Sunday, the 5th of November, the Widnes Wild women are taking on the Swindon Top Cats at the Silver Blaze Widnes ice rink. Remember, all RTL Widnes Wild home games and ladies games are on Sundays and face off at 5:30.
So we got those dates in your diary. Make sure you don't forget about them.
Yeah, we've got a couple of events that we've been asked to pass on as well. On the 28th of October, we have a Halloween foam party from 7 till 10 p.m. Cost at £10. Please book at the rink. And then we have a Christmas show, and we have done some research, and it is around the world in 80 days. And there are 2 showings on the 19th of December, one at 11 a.m. and one at 7 p.m. And now look on the website for this at Silver Blades Widnes, because there are different prices depending on where you sit.
Yes, so if any queries, you can always contact the rink or look. There is a site through the rink's website, silver-blades.co.uk, and you can always look on there and check out the ticket prices as well by clicking on different seats, and it also tells you where the seating is and what's available.
It certainly doesn't. What have we got left?
Let's have a little bit of music again.
Yes, more music.
How about a bit of Tom Jones?
Yeah.
Can't catch us in the car?
Download the TuneIn app.
Or log on at hcr923fm.com.
Yeah, we're playing it again. I like it. There's a reason.
Just like Clint Eastwood.
Because a couple of interesting points from last night regarding some penalties. One was, we were just saying before we came back on air, it was a certain number 40.
Number 40, yeah, we'd like to commend Tom Ratcliffe because he didn't get a penalty last night.
I know.
I mean, he's actually been saying that he wants to have a penalty box named after him because he spends 2 minutes in there in most matches.
Yeah, well, he threw a few hits in. I thought at one point he was going to get a boarding hit or something in the third period, but no, he got away with it. So Ratty, you did well last night, kid. But the other one, he decided to blot his copy, but with Bracey, he got himself a 2-minute minor for roughing. Well, actually, I thought it should have gone both ways on that one, but I'll have to watch it back. But yeah, it was sort of somebody upset him.
Yes, he did, didn't he? I mean, it was like, well, are you going to start? No. Well, okay, then I'm going to start, and maybe not. And it was kind of handbags in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit of push and shove. Now, I'm just looking at the penalties table for the leagues, because they've actually, on the IHA website, on their discipline page, there's actually the Fixtures Live Penalty Points League. And leading the table at the moment with 27 penalty points, this must be accumulated penalty points rather than penalty minutes.
All right.
The Bellingham Stars with 27. Then you've got the Sheffield Steel Dogs and Streatham on 24 each, followed by Dragons N1 on 22, and it even includes all the under-18s teams. I'm trying to find Widnes. I am actually struggling to find Widnes, so you'll have to bear with me.
That's a good thing.
Where are we? Oh my goodness. I'm really struggling to find us.
Well, that's because we're not that dirty a team.
Of course, we must have some. We're not. I mean, we are. We'd love to think we're angels.
No, we're not angels. We're just not.
Ah, there we are. We've got 13.
13.
Yeah, we're on 13. So, yeah, 13 penalty points. This is not penalty minutes. So this is probably accumulated from the odd match penalty that's been accumulated. But we are below Hull, below Altrincham, Coventry, Bradford. But it's a physical game. I mean, actually, ironically, one that surprised me is Hull Pirates have only got 8 penalty points, so they're having a really clean season so far in terms of accumulated penalty points. So
I would have thought Sutton Sting would be quite low as well.
I'm trying. Sutton under 15s I've found. I'm trying to find some of the others, but a team like Sheffield Steel Dogs, a former English Premier League team, had that pedigree come down. They're used to probably a bit more physical game, and the same with Hull Pirates. And there's a complete opposite in the same league. Hull Pirates on 8 penalty accumulated points, but you've got Sheffield Steel Dogs on 24 points.
The Sheffield Steel Dogs always were hard. Yeah,
they're a gritty team, very, very gritty team.
So. When I used to watch them against the Phoenix, there was always fisticuffs.
It's. I mean, for those people who are wondering how you get penalty points, you can get these kind of match penalties for things like abuse, even things like high sticking and slashing, head butting. That's a bad one. That's what we don't like to see, is head butting.
No.
And then there's excessive roughing calls. the big one, which of course nobody ever wants to come across, is racial abuse, and that's a 10-game ban. And that is a biggie.
Should be a season ban.
Yeah. It's just not needed. It's just not needed at all. I mean, it is a family sport. I mean, that's the whole thing with hockey. It is a family sport.
It's because people say to me, "Can I come along?" And I always say, we have people who are babies, probably in the womb, who come along and actually come along very, very suddenly after they've actually been born. And then you have 90-year-olds in the same stadium, and you can talk to opposing fans, and 99.9% of the time, you will get on because you're there to watch the hockey.
In fact, we had some visitors over from East Yorkshire the other week who we hadn't seen for a little while, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Yes. Kieran Strangeway's grandparents made an appearance, which was really nice.
Yeah.
Yes, so they're no strangers to appearing. They made the long trip over from around Market Wheaton way, if I'm not mistaken. So, like I say, if you're out there and you're thinking of coming to a hockey match, get yourself down. Even if it's not Widnes, to your nearest drink, go and have a look, see what's going on, and take in a game or two. It can.
There's always the offer that there's two ways of actually getting to see the game. There's a competition every week that the Widnes Wild run themselves on their Twitter page. If you retweet it, you stand a chance to win a family ticket. And there are also 4 free tickets available from the main sponsor, which is me, the RTL Widnes Wild. The RTL give away 4 free tickets a week.
Yeah, so keep your eyes there on social media, be it through the Widnes Wild's own Twitter feeds or their related Twitter feeds. And also, one thing we were going to give a quick shout out to is the hashtag #OneNIHL, as well as the others of TTGW. And because, of course, the NIHL League have got their own hashtag, which they're trying to get tagged onto a lot of things. And we'd like to thank the NIHL for picking up on the show. So we hope you're enjoying listening. And if you've got any messages, just drop us a shout. It's good to hear from you all. So, the next couple of weeks, I'll grab the fixtures just to see what else we've got coming up for the Wild. Oh, here we are. Now, without giving too much away, because we're going to, of course, conclude these, we've got Coventry, Telford, Altrincham and Blackburn are the next 4 games.
Coventry away is going to be an interesting one.
Usually is.
Because they've got a lot better.
Yes. They're a very good, always have been a good skating team. They're very good skaters. Keep with the play well. And never let their heads drop. No. Telford's going to be its usual tricky one. It could be a banana. See, it has a bit of a banana skin flavour to it, and then
it's the second time we played there, isn't it? At home, so that'll be another gritty affair.
But the 5th of November, remember the 5th of November. Well, you've got 2 choices that day.
On and off the rink.
So if you've got 2 choices, you can go and watch the ladies play the Swindon Top Cats, or you can come down the road to Altrincham and be loud and proud and make the fireworks in the stands to scare the bejeebus out of Altrincham. Yes, we're coming to get you, because it's the second one of the set of 4 against the Altrincham Aces, and it will be a lively affair.
It will, because there's another 4-pointer, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wins that one, he gains the advantage again.
Yeah, and the last one, for those of you who were there, or you saw the highlights through the website, or you even caught it on Drop the Puck on the Made in Liverpool, Made in wherever network on Freeview and on satellite networks, it was definitely a tense one. I know it took me 2 or 3 days to stop shaking afterwards.
Well, you can never. It's trying to defend a 1-goal lead.
It's one of the hardest things to ever do. Even a 2-goal lead can be, as we found out last night.
Yes, can wipe out very quickly. But we did come back, and the first round was honours to us.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, though, is hockey, where I think I've said it before. I've seen it where a team was 2 goals down in the final closing minutes, pulled the goaltender twice and equalised it. And that, to pull your goalie twice and equalise in the final 2 minutes of a game, is something special. Well, in the meantime, now, come on, guys, we need you to be a bit more interactive with us. We're after your comments. Don't forget, if you've got any birthdays, any special announcements, family family party announcements, sort of celebrations and the likes, drop them through radio@widnesworld.co.uk and we'll give you a shout out on air. And you can also drop them in a text on 07716 672 874. Don't worry about getting charged. It's a normal mobile phone style number, so it just gets classed as a normal phone usage number. But I think the biggest trick we're going to have after Blackburn is Sutton again. In the beginning, 11th and 12th of November. That's going to be a big weekend because you've got a road game in Blackburn, followed by a home game to Sutton, and the Blackburn ice is big.
And then we're going from big to small, medium. Sutton,
they're a good team.
A good team. I think they're a fair team. They don't goon it up at all, really, do they?
Nah, they don't need to. I mean, the kind of guys they've got in calibre on that team, you've got some good seasoned players who know the game well, played at good levels, with good coaches, and know when and when not to. And you've got kids who are, well, I'll say kids, younger players who are learning well from them.
Yeah, because there's a lot of respect from the young players. I mean, when they played, I think it was the Dragons.
Yeah.
They played us the week before, and it was basically a different team. So they are actually progressing their young team through the league, which is good, which is what we want to see.
Oh, yes.
Because obviously the juniors are the seniors of tomorrow.
Of course. And mind you, there's a couple of players. Is it Kieran Brown at Blackburn?
Yes.
Yeah. He got praises galore on TV the other day in the game that was shown on Drop the Puck for his performance for Blackburn against the Dragons. And everybody so far I've spoken to has seen this kid play. I mean, he said he's got a good future, so I'm looking forward to seeing him when we play Blackburn.
Yes.
So, he's playing for Blackburn 1, not
Blackburn
Blackburn
2. D1, isn't he? Yeah. Ooh. So if you want to go and see him play, you have to take a week off, or when we're not playing ourselves, go out to play. It's not that far away.
Nah, it's not that far. Actually, I enjoy going up to Blackburn. Well, oh dear. We're coming to the end of another show. We've only got about 5 minutes to go. So, next week we'll be back with more news, views, and interesting comments. Don't forget to get your answers through to all kinds of quizzes and stuff. Keep your eye on the social media, Twitter in particular, if you want some tickets to go and see a game. We've also got, of course, more on You Make the Call, courtesy of the IHA. Thank you for them for allowing us the opportunity to use this as a great talking point. And of course, we will have plenty to talk about because we'll have both Coventry and the Telford games to talk about.
We will, yes. And hopefully we'll be able to persuade one of our players to come into the studio.
Ooh. They've all gone shy on us at the moment. It's all right, but we'll give them a chance. So, of course, I'll be back tomorrow night from 10 with Musical Mayhem with Cole's Box of Delights here on Hot Community Radio 92.3 FM. And both Doug and I'll be back next Monday from 7. More time to go around radio. Get my teeth stuck back in. So, I hope you're going to all be looking after yourselves and taking care as the week goes on. In the meantime, I think we shall play out with a little tune from a band you may not have heard of. They're called Airborne. This is actually, I heard this first as part of a warm-up mix. And, you know what, if you've got guys on the ice getting ready to warm up, music is very important for them, isn't it? So this gets them going. I hope you're going to be enjoying yourselves and having a good week. So, from us here at Time to Go Wild Radio,